Hey Justin, Pauling here. I need you to play on a
Fuck.
controller for the rest of the round.
I forgot to turn that off from the last one, guys. It's been like a week and a half or so. How long has it been since the last stream? Been like a week? I forgot to turn off the polling notifications. Hold up. I'm gonna go turn these off. I ain't listening to, even if it's only like 2. I'm not listening to this. Was the break due to us bullying you for your hair? No, and you know what? You have nothing to do with the fact that I cut it, alright? But 1 minute, I can't start the stream until I turn off these notifications. And it might take a minute because there's a lot of them. There's like 20 variations that I had to go and add. Okay, I say I cut it, but like it's like 1.5 inches. You'll see in a second. Just hold up. Yeah, there's like 20 variations of this sub sound that I just have to manually disable each. It should take like 20 seconds, but you're gonna sit in silence during it, alright?
Hey, it's Pauling. Killbind!
Okay,
Idiot.
never mind. Yeah, most of you probably don't even understand the joke because I haven't shown you the game yet, but it'll make. I don't even know how much the joke makes sense. It just you'll understand when you see one of the game mechanics.
Hey Justin, it's Pauling.
They're almost
I need
done.
you to delete a random strange item from your inventory.
I'm not doing that. The only
Idiot.
strangers I have left are worth like $10.
Months have passed. Anyway, I hope you have had a great day, Justin.
I'm just picking a
Pauling
random
here.
sound effect.
Default time.
Stop.
1 decillion 111
Okay, I think it's-
111 decillion
that was the last one.
111 111 octillion 111 septillion 111 sextillion
I appreciate it.
111 quintillion
Thank you.
111 quadrillion 111 trillion 111 billion 111 million 111,111.
So I'm playing Valley today. Also, the Overwatch event has released, but I'm kind of on the fence on if I even want to play that. Like, you know, I had to re-download it, but I went ahead and did that in the scenario. So if I'm not feeling this game, I may go play that. But right now, I kind of just wanted to play this game because it was on sale and I've had my eye on it. So I wanted to play it. Review the skins in the new Overwatch event. I haven't seen anything from it. I don't even really know what the event's like. I think I saw like 2 minutes of footage, and it kind of looked like derivative of previous events. So yeah, if I boot up, then I absolutely will.
Hey, looks like I missed you. I just wanted to wish you luck before you headed out. I still can't believe you're doing this. I mean, hunting down the...
You'll understand in a minute.
The life seed? You gotta admit, that sounds crazy. I mean, even if this mythological thing that can shatter worlds or whatever actually exists, what are the chances of you tracking down this ancient relic in the middle of the Rocky Mountains?
This also released on Switch recently. I'm playing it on PC just because
it's an adventure.
it's
Hell, it's your
PC.
career, but can't you do something normal like the rest of us and just backpack Europe or something? Spend a month in
Thanks, Blue.
Thailand? But hey, if by some miracle you find this thing and become the most famous archaeologist of all time, beers are on me. I'll even trade in your tinfoil hat for a whip and fedora.
Huh.
Just really hope all those canoeing lessons pay off.
I think that's the extent of the entry to the story. Yeah, I do have to turn off my YouTube stream. I'm not allowed to leave that on. Bye, YouTube. I'll talk about my wonderful week once I'm actually playing the game. I want to be fighting for screen time. First thing, I gotta lower the sensitivity. Long hair gang. Okay, so for those that aren't aware, I actually did get a haircut, like, in the last 7 days. I know it's not noticeable, but my head feels at least 30% lighter. It's not in my eyes as much, but I'm still wearing the hat. Because I like it. Ruins, cave drawings. Where the hell am I? Can I spoil something about the highlight intros? Is it really spoiling? Like, are the Overwatch highlights that lore intensive in the new update? I mean, I guess I personally don't care, but Probably shouldn't spoil stuff for other people in chat that might care. That's all we got. Okay, well the first thing I can let everyone know is that this is another running game. And I have a long-standing history of playing running games. We'll see if I refund. Most of these games I feel like in hindsight I would have refunded, but I never do. So see if it goes the same way here. There's also a secondary mechanic, but I won't spoil that. I want to see it myself first. In action. My week was great, though. 2 days ago, I watched OpenAI play the League tournament, which is basically an entire team of high-level bots playing the best League team. And they absolutely wiped the floor with them. Out of like 5 matches, I think. So, I'm voting that we stop calling bad players bots and we just call them humans now.
I'm sad I didn't get to meet you at PAX since I was waiting in line for the autograph session for other YouTubers, but it's fine.
I see how it
Keep doing
is.
what you're doing.
It's fine. Understandable, have a nice day. Game audio's a little loud? Well, let's fix that. Maybe. We'll see if it's fixed. Run Y.
Welcome to the Pathfinder program. As a Pathfinder, you will be tasked with operating and testing the newly developed Leaf suit as our
Seen this before.
scientists at Pendulum develop new ways to empower our troops fighting the war in Europe. With the power of the Leaf suit, you will be able to perform unimaginable feats.
So this is just telling me that I can jump really high. That's it's the extent of it.
Even manipulating life and death itself are part of the many stunts
Boom.
accomplished by the Leaf suit.
That's the joke right there. Well, you're waiting for the reasoning. Boom. You can like speed up and slow down plant growth. There it is.
Hands-free during training exercises.
The JoJo reference. I don't know how many of you heard, but they announced like another bot for the Star Wars movie, and it's named D.O. Don't look at the Twitter reactions to that. Unless you want to laugh.
Limits of this amazing new technology.
Yeah, really. I'm not kidding. Cool, a leaf suit, huh? I think it's D/O, so it's not D-I-O, it's D/, but it's not going to stop the internet.
Audio Journal, June 4th,
Also, you have to consider that D.O. existed before D.O., but
I was enlisted by the army to study the history of
who's
the
that?
The mysterious forest spread.
It's actually D.I.O.? Well,
seem to be
even
the
better.
last living remnants of the long-lost culture that once lived here. A large
Wee.
number of them seem to
This is the
inhabit
game, by the way.
northeast
If you were
sector of
waiting
the
to see.
valley. Just past the
You can
ruins
leave
where the
now.
life seed,
Not really. I don't know how far it develops.
That's as good a place as any to study them.
Ooh, I like the medieval flute music. I feel like I'm out of bounds right now, though. Here, I'll use my Skyrim compass to find my way. D/O. Dude, all you need to know is there's like 2,000 replies of JoJo memes on Twitter. Like, that's all you need to know about it. Alright. Gonna have to do some parkour exploration to find my way here. You don't need a Twitch account to watch streams. I mean, I'm flattered that you made one just for me, but you didn't have to. This game is just Skyrim. I don't have a counter argument. There wasn't a carriage at the start. There's the counter argument. Energy stored within the leaf suit known as Amarita can be given to once living things. I can shoot life energy towards trees. What that means, I don't fucking know. I feel like whether or not it was intentional, whoever at Star Wars made that decision knew what was coming. I don't think it was a matter of intent or not. It was just they knew what was going to happen. And it's going to expedite the eventual long-term hatred of the JoJo fandom. Although I would argue that we're already at that point. And I'm just in denial. Which is fine by me. Mic muted? Good. Don't want anyone to hear me. I get rusty after a week. Fuck your Pokemon video made me think I was able to get a Beldum before beating the Elite Four in Emerald. Ha. This game looks like a breed between Story of My Uncle and Skyrim. Honestly, yeah. Like, if I had to pick two games to pull out, those would be the two. The Story of My Uncle one is why I wanted to play it, because I liked that game. I will say, the mouse... I fucking hate that sound. It's so high-pitched. The mouse is so buttery. It's like slippery, for lack of a better term. And there's not really a way to stop that. Like, I turned off mouth smooth, but it's no better. And now I'm out of energy. Nice. You look like a colorblind little red hood. Changed genders twice, went through puberty, and joined a rock band. That sounds badass. I assume you're trying to say, like, Little Red Riding Hood? In which case, Hoodwinked was a fantastic movie, so I take that as a compliment. But also, my hood's not red, so... Alright, I gotta pay attention here before I get into my streamer habit of looking at chat and forgetting to play the game. You should try it Inertia. It's really similar, but at the same time not. I think I've heard of Inertia. I've not played it, though. But on that recommendation, I don't have a reason not to now. Great. Puzzles in my walking simulator. Alright. I won't deal with this. You look like a homeless Frisk. Thank you. So I didn't really do much today. Actually, hold on. I want to let her talk. Okay, she's done talking. So I actually didn't do much today, but what I did was sunbathe. Because if you couldn't tell, I'm very lacking in vitamin D. So I decided that I'd just, like, go out into my neighborhood and just lie in the grass. But there was no spot I could do it without, like, a bunch of people being nearby and wondering why this homeless-looking man is lying down in the grass. So I ended up crossing the street into, like, an abandoned field and just, like, lying down for, like, 30 minutes. And some dude and his dog walked by. And when we made eye contact, he started walking really fast away. So I think I unintentionally dropped the property values of my neighborhood today. But I got some vitamin D, so that's good. It was actually really fun. Relaxing. I don't think fun's the right word. Relaxing. Try University of Texas. I fucked up bad. Let's sulk watching streams. Ah, you invested in BitConnect too.
Let's sulk watching streams, FUNKe.
Well, I feel for you, brother. Everything will be alright in the end. There it is. Thanks, Jackie. Pour one out for Wheeze. I mean, it's still on FFC, but... F. Falling momentum will break cracked surfaces. Next is the surfing segment. Not really. Vitamin D over property value. No kidding, dude. Like, honestly, like, just sitting in the sun for half an hour was like... I felt better than I have, like, in the last few weeks.
Just what are these
Just something
glowing
about
orbs that
not getting a lot of
everyone
sunlight can have negative
They're
effects.
absolutely beautiful. They seem to
And the
grow
thing is, I'm Italian, so I should be able to tan well, but I'm more Irish than I am Italian, so it means I can't tan well. So it kind of evens out,
war project.
and I tan average.
About as much as they'll tell me.
So it'll take a couple weeks of this, but I'll get there.
Shame. I wish they would just let them be.
Turn up the brightness, it's dark. I can try. How about that, bud?
But I suppose it's the whole reason.
Just
we're
use
here to
fake
begin with.
tan. We'll see if I end up doing that. My brother made a Skyrim mod, and all it does is rename Alduin to Alduiner. Could you send me that? Just, like, personal reasons. Can I, like, speed up the death of a deer with my life powers? Why'd you start using Bomby and where's it from? It's, my completely original character that I came up with. Originally. And that's all you need to know. The more you die, the more the valley will die around you till it's fully deceased. I didn't finish reading it, but I guess it decided I was done, so I won't know what the rest of that was. It's true, you can speed up the death of a deer with an axe. I won't argue with that.
It's clear to me that the natives of the valley worshipped the giant tree here almost as a deity. Great lengths
These medallions are said to be... Okay, it's a
construct
collectible.
around this city, which the ancients used.
As I said earlier,
I've begun
I think
to
this
use the term
released on Switch recently, and that was kind of why I heard about it, but I didn't realize till I bought it on PC.
every 1,000
If I had known, I probably would have gotten on Switch, just because, one, I kind of want more excuses to use my Switch,
possess the power to shatter the world.
and I think just supporting the indie scene may
No wonder the
help more
military
good games get onto it. But, too late. Already made my purchase. I'll sit with it. By giving like the trees, there's a chance one or more golden acorns will drop. I feel like that's a concept stolen from like a kid's show. How much you have to donate for me to do 100% on Fire in the Flames? I'd have to go buy however much a Guitar Hero guitar costs, I guess. You know, the only reason I got a guitar was because my mom saw that I liked Guitar Hero and I didn't have hobbies, so she concluded that I have to learn guitar. So in a way, I kind of have to thank her for that, because at the time, I'm like, these skills do not transfer, mother. But it worked out. I play guitar about as good as I do play Through the Fire and the Flames, which is to say, not very well. But it's a good hobby. Thanks, Nukin. He's like, I gotta find one of these trees to bunk up. Not Our Spy is my vest video. If you're going off numbers, yeah. I think that one's like the highest viewed by a long shot. It's like 3 mil now. Whereas the second's like maybe 1.5. Yeah, I think making TF2 exploit videos is probably my calling. I want to see if there's like a visual indicator on where I need to be going. I gotta get acorns. But golden acorns are just normal. These don't affect normal trees. Thanks, Steve. I don't know why it's such a long wait.
Specific game you played on PC but felt like it would be better on the Switch?
Not really, but the thing is, like, the only time games feel like they should be on the Switch is when they're made for the Switch, because the Switch has a very specific control style that it isn't as conducive for PC, you know? Like, every game would work well on Switch because the Switch is a portable console that plays, you know, most games. So, all is welcome, I guess, in my book. I mean, aside from bringing some GameCube titles on, I can't think of anything that screams that it must be on the Switch. I don't know if I can use my running speed to break this. I think it has to be falling. Italian-Irish is just every white guy's nationality. You're right. Like, I'm not gonna disagree with you. There's a lot of Europeans.
According to legend, the life seed is said to be a bringer of death on a global
I did it. I fractured my skull and got a concussion. I did it, guys.
Such end-time scenarios are common across mythologies.
Just
From
let the valley die.
to Ragnarok. However, it's unusual for the event to surround a particular object, especially one acquired
That
by
looks
mortals.
good. See, this looks more like Breath of the Wild than it does Skyrim. From that angle, falling. Well, you hit the ground and it goes back. Okay. Why isn't Sniper Mating Call on my unlisted videos playlist? Good question, because I forgot. And I'll have to add that after the stream. That goes for pretty much anything. I have to do it manually, is the reason why some of them are probably still gone. Because my memory fails me. Have you asked your mom if she's disappointed yet? Au contraire, I spent this week, like, finishing up my tax stuff, and she actually texted me, like, I underestimated your ability to be an adult. I'm proud of you. And my first thought was, wait, what did you think before? What impression did I leave on you to think I wasn't capable of that? Damn. Well, at least I want her support now, right? Sort of a backhanded compliment when you think about it. I don't think you're an adult. You're just an old teenager. You know, for a while, every year that passed, I've just felt like 18 plus 1, 2, 3, but I kind of feel my age now. Like, I feel 22. Largely unimportant age, and that reflects. But in, like, a good way. Yikes. I think I did that. But this is also a dead end. There's at least, like, a couple dozen videos that aren't in the unlisteds because they're just not worth keeping in the unlisteds. The unlisted was just for, like, mostly, like, old TF2 commentaries that had no place on the channel. Like, I'm not going back and adding all my RuneScape and Minecraft videos to that playlist. Kind of a wasted effort, anyways. I don't have control on my descent, so if I have to jump, then I gotta wait to fall. Sacred trees are common in mythology around the world, typically acting as symbols of growth, decay, and resurrection. Some acts as concept. Okay. Cool. I saw a big explosion here, but I think I gotta do some more stuff. Get an F in chat for every year I get older. You realize all of you get older every time I get older too, right? Like, it's not, oh man, Funk's becoming an old guy. I'm gonna miss him when he's gone.
Will you ever 1v1 me in Brawl?
Brawl? For some reason I thought you meant Brawlhalla, and I was like, who fucking plays Brawl? I don't think I have net play for that. Catch me next Ultimate stream, though. Alright, I'm looking for alternative routes here. I think I gotta hit this obelisk. This, Breath of the Wild tower. Gotta hit it. Collective chat entity does not age since viewers come and go. No, but there's still a mean. There's still an average. Granted, I guess like if the average doesn't change, then you're kind of right. Uh-oh. Yep, can't swim. I understand that the suit is heavy, but you can just grab the wall.
But I just want to say I still love your stuff, FUNKe. Keep it
Wow. Thanks, Scripps. After playing some Bioshock 1 in my free time, this is deja vu-y. Listening to these recordings while running around. Would you take position as my new father? Dude, I can barely feed myself. Think I need to... You want me to take care of another human? I'm good. You're not old. Most YouTubers I watch are in their late 20s. Well, that means a lot, Nate, but I don't think... I think that's a sample size. That doesn't necessarily reflect everyone. I never said I felt old. You're trying... You're not old, FUNKe. I never said I was. What? You're not brittle and past your prime? I don't remember saying that, but thank you, I think. I need one more.
I've come to call daemons are so
Favorite Pokemon region? What region is XD? That's not my answer. I'm curious. I guess Johto. But that's kind of a technicality. That depends on if you count Kanto as a part of Johto. Which I wouldn't. I played Sekiro. I still have to do the last area. I haven't completed Sekiro. I was watching, like, the speedruns of it, though. And I gotta say, like, if you're into speedrun stuff, look up the world record for Sekiro. It's at, like, 27 minutes right now. The first 10 minutes are pretty normal. Like, you know, he's just running through the ropes, optimizing movement. But once you get, like, 15 minutes in... There's some, like, wall boundary breaking crazy jumps that start playing. Like, I can't wait till people really get that time down to, like, 25 minutes. It's gonna be stupid. I haven't seen the full thing because I haven't finished Sekiro, so I've only seen up until, like, I want to say, the dude on the roof. I don't want to, like, go in detail for the people that haven't finished yet either, but I plan on finishing it, like, in my free time. Get a haircut. I did. Johnny is my favorite Joestar. Or JoJo, or whatever you want to call it. He's the best one. But it's unfair to say Johnny's the best one, because it's more like... He was a part of the best part. And he had the best protagonist dynamic. He is cripple. Can't use Ripple. Alright, I gotta go find that third tower now. And I think I found it. Will only be satisfied when you're bald. I think I'll probably go bald eventually. Not like... I don't think my hair is going to fall out and I'll go bald anytime soon. I seem to have decent genes avoiding that. I mean, like, I think there'll be a point in my life where I'm like, I'll just shave it all off. Maybe that's what I'll do after. It'll be like a good juxtaposition. Grow it out for a year and then just cut it all off. Donate it. The people who are balding. Not anytime soon, though. We'll see. It's true. Johnny can't use the secret technique, but he makes up for it in other ways. I don't even know what I picked up. Favorite villain? That's a complex question. I don't think that one's hard to answer because there's two questions. Who's your favorite villain and what's your favorite villain arc? Like, obviously Dio is my favorite character, but he's not my favorite villain arc. That would either be... I can't say because it's too far ahead. Part 7. Part 7 or Part 4 are my favorite villains. 8 is still developing, so I can't... That's not even really an option yet. Alright, time to return to the tree. My favorite's that guy who goes dedo dedo with a berry. It's a cherry. That's Kakuin. He's not technically a villain. I mean, it's complicated. Unless, like, in that... You know what? Sure. You're right. I'm not gonna gate you on a technicality. It's not Lero, it's Dero. Like R.
How did this civilization take hold so far north?
Why did Kakuin follow the gang? That's because he wanted to fuck Jotaro's mom. Are you kidding? That's not even a joke. He literally joined the gang because he wanted to fuck Jotaro's mom. And he probably did. Same. Get to higher and further areas by double jumping. You've never seen this in a running game.
Andrew Fisher, lead physicist, beginning Pathfinder testing on the X-ray boost upgrade. The secondary boost augmentation to the leaf suit should allow a Pathfinder to jump twice in sequence through the air.
It's a really complicated way of saying I can double jump.
AKA I give Jostyn a sub again because he's finally streaming day.
It's a bit of a stretch, Kit, but thank you. Alright, this game's starting to pick up speed. I'm getting through all of the tutorial stuff now. I think the full run time's like 6 or so hours. I'm not planning on beating it tonight. Really, right now, I'm just feeling out if I like the game. I'm invested thus far.
Apparently the military was just as excited as they immediately confiscated it to study at the
There's no reason for early stream, I just wasn't doing anything today. Like I said, literally all I've done today was sunbathe. And I'm glad I did. It was a nice, like, relaxation day for me. But streaming seemed fun. I wanted to play this game, I guess. Wow. I think I off-angled that a little bit, but it's okay. I don't think I'm supposed to be here. I was supposed to go through, like, this canyon, but now I can't get there. Shit. There's not much air control either. Bad strafing. Beware of Amrita swarms. They can be pacified with life energy. Are they bees? I don't see a swarm. Oh. Not the bees. I'm starting Sun and Moon. Any advice? Especially I hate the cutscenes. I don't know if there is one, but there's probably like a ROM hack out there that gets rid of the cutscenes, and I'd honestly probably recommend playing that if it exists. Because the first... I mean, really the whole game of Sun and Moon is kind of ruined by it, but especially the first 2 hours. If that's not an option, you know, stick through it, lad. I feel for you. Once you get to the second half of the game, it's not as grating. It still definitely, like, dictates your playthrough more than I'd like, but it gets better. If you want my real advice, it's put down Sun and Moon and just play Oris instead. Or Soul Silver. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon aren't even that much better. It literally like cuts down maybe 10 minutes. It's still like 2 hours of cutscenes. I think in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon they make it so you get your starter faster. Like you don't have to walk a whole route to do it. But like that's it. They don't improve it. I don't think it's even until like late post game. They just step on a rabbit. It's not till like late game you really see the results. I got my life. Yeah, play Ranger. Pyro had the best teeth in TF2. It's a fact. Oh, this is where I came from. But this is also, I think that big jump I need to redo. This game is visually pretty. I mean, if I had to, like, force out a critique right now, it would be that the air control's a little too wide. Like, I can't control myself. Which is important.
Less than three also new video was nice.
You have conflicting statements, Gibson, but thanks. If you at me, then the message is like turned red on my screen. So people do that so like usually when they're directly asking me something. Because if people don't at and the problem is like some people won't at and then I'll think they're asking me a question but they're not. And some people won't at but they are asking me a question but I'll think that they're not. Basically, it's just clarification. I get attention. It feeds my ego. Well, that wasn't where I wanted to go. Off to the red marker, it looks like. Still gonna stream the Kill a Kill game. I'm not completely sold on buying it. I'm still waiting for, like, info. 'Cause I like fighting games, but they're not my forte, right? Like, I'm only gonna buy a fighting game if it's something I think I'll really put time into. So we'll see. I'm interested. I talked to Raja earlier this week, but I haven't seen what he uploaded or anything. I don't think this is where I'm supposed to go. I forgot I had a double jump. This... Mon Dieu. And that's what I mean by complaint about the air strafing. -1. Just lost a point on my Steam review. I don't think Raj ever quit. He was just taking, like, some time to himself. Okay, I hear the beeping. I don't know what you want from me, though. Find some way into the facility. I can do that much. I know I can grow trees. I'm just looking for a tree to grow. The thing is, not every tree in this game is growable, so it's confusing. Also, like, you have to limit your energy use. If you use too much of it, then you have to run and find more. I know I have to, like... I feel like I have to climb this scaffolding somehow. I played Fortnite before. I played it on stream before. It was like a year or two back. It was a while ago, but I've done it. I have to, like... I actually have to pause, because that sound is annoying me. I need to replenish my green bar. Okay. I don't think I can actually use the trees for, like, parkour or anything. So it's just for collecting nut. Are apricorns a nut?
Have a day.
They're not, right? They're a seed. I don't really know the technicalities of that. Have day. I will. I'll have day. I thought, like, maybe I had to use this tree? What the fuck? The tree next to it? Okay. Also, the green is only... Yeah, see? Sometimes the green will appear, but you can't actually grow the tree. What? Yeah, it has to be like an alternative way, and I don't think I'm getting through the front. But the thing is, this is telling me, I guess, go up here. I can't do that. The hitboxes are weird. So far, I like the concept, but it's some of the conveyance isn't very good. I think this might be the right idea, though. I don't know what that means. Can you floss on stream? I did earlier, I already ate. I don't need to do it again. I think it's actually a bad thing if you over-floss. It can mess with your gums. That's fucking loud. I can't tell what the hell they're saying. I hope this audio engineer was fired. That's like trying to have a whisper conversation next to a chainsaw. You aren't a dentist, stop talking, hater. Do you have evidence of that? Can you prove I'm not? My mom's favorite album is Make Believe. My mom's favorite is Teal album because they covered Black Sabbath, I've been told. Huh.
From what I've been told, Thesaurus was discovered back in 1811 by a surveyor seeking to map this remote region.
You see Thrones on Sun?
No one believed
No.
what we reportedly saw.
Is that a show?
Due to the sheer remoteness of this
I've been
region,
watching
his
Mob
brain
Psycho
was
Season 2.
senile delusions of
Not
an
that.
old man, and his tale was soon forgotten. It was not until recently that the government was approached by a scientist named Andrew Fisher to use this location
It's good, by the
as
way.
an alternative energy project of some sort. How he came to discover this place is
Game of Thrones. Oh. No, see, Vultra tried to get me to watch it like a year or two back. I couldn't get into it. The season 1, like, I understand like the strong points of Game of Thrones, but when I tried watching the first few episodes and all, what would you call it, exposition was conveyed through sex scenes of two characters having sex and talking, it weirdly turned me off. Pun intended. Again, I could totally see if I got caught up on the events, I could be invested into it, but I don't know. I haven't gone back and tried to watch it again. See, the thing is, like, it seems like a lot of people I talk to say, like, it pays off with, like, these big, like, grandiose events. But the thing is, you have to, like, become invested by watching all of the the exposition leading up to it. And if that doesn't grab you early on, it's hard to justify to yourself. Whew. Where's Odin? At my roommate's parents' house. Because we can't have animals. I mean, we can if we work it out, but we haven't. So the German Shepherd is not with us. He's a nice dog. Well, the problem is, too, it's a German Shepherd, right? Like, for those that don't know, my roommate has a German Shepherd. And we've considered keeping him here at our, like, condo. But the thing with German Shepherds is, pretty much no one will let you keep one. Unless you have your own house that you're renting. They won't, like, every condo, townhouse, and apartment will just deny German Shepherds. And it's all based on, like, the whole German Shepherds are an aggressive breed, even though it's a lot more about, like, how they were raised. Don't play the Overwatch event without me. We'll see if I even play it at all. Can't tell if I can progress. Where would you put Virgil in the Four Horsemen analogy? Probably demeanor. Because, you know, he's sort of like a pompous Dante. He's basically just like a Dante Echo Fighter. But he's also like a nasally little bitch that gets on your nerves. So you kind of want to beat him up. He's like the juxtaposition of this totally dorky, uncool guy, but he acts like he's cool. I would say his strong point is more that than it is like gameplay or soundtrack. Looking for alternative exits. But he is cool. He is, but I have no but. He is cool. When are you gonna make something in Overwatch that takes more than basic positioning, rock, paper, scissors, or skill? It seemed like Ash was an attempt to do that. Like, would you really argue that, well, I was gonna say, would you argue that Doomfist doesn't take skill, but when he was first added, it was pretty fucking stupid. But like now, like a bad Doomfist isn't gonna be rewarded, right? A bad Doomfist is going to... I don't know how it works now. I haven't played in 8 months, but... like, if you really want to get technical, I feel like you could argue that Ashe and Doomfist have some level of skill. That doesn't make up for the game's inherent lack of it. I'm just saying, like, there are elements. But yeah, I'm not even saying that, like, Doomfist isn't, like, a basic strategy that you just learn to master. It's just, like, you are, like, the ability to master something, a technique, is inherently a skillful action. And it's gonna take newer players some effort to get good at Doomfist. Still a lot less than most games require, but... like, you can't undersell it. And again, it's, you know, its problems lay so far deeper than that, then it seems like such a moot point anyways. Like, if you're gonna attack Overwatch for something, why not, like, attack it for the fact that the game is, you know, balanced around everyone having an Uber charge? If everyone's special, nobody is. Crane block. When's Dragon Ball Overwatch 2? I mean, I think I streamed it at one point. Just didn't make a video. I can't remember if the highlight for that was the second stream of it, but I've done it before. I haven't booted Overwatch in a long time, which is why I'm really not jumping at the chance to bring back my dumb game modes. Though they were fun. It seems weird that there are acorns just lying in chests. It'd make more sense to just leave them lying out. The dropper. Any fighting games you're interested in that's not Fighter Z? I mean, if you count Smash, then obviously. The Kill la Kill game. I played Soul Calibur 6 for a while. I wasn't very good at it, but I liked playing it. I had a fighter that was just Korra, the avatar. And it was actually really convincing. God, oh my fucking... I can't listen to it. Soma loading bay. Ha... I know Soma. Is this not literally story about my uncle? Seems like it's literally that game right now. Only it's more grounded, I guess.
As lonely as it's been with the isolation policy in effect, I've often found myself in the company of a Pathfinder.
If I get the Kill la Kill game, yeah, I'll probably stream it.
The things he can do in a leaf suit are astounding. Some nights we'll head to the rooftop above my office and watch the auroras. I have no idea
Aurora
what
Borealis?
TMZ, though. I tend to ramble a lot. I mean, who wouldn't find Mesoamerican coincidences anything other than fascinating? Guys love that stuff, right?
I haven't done too much personal investment into Mesoamerican history now. Dead end. I made an egg in Soul Calibur 6. Yeah, you and everyone else in online play. Uh-oh, too far. I never really played Civ games. I wouldn't say I don't like them, but I don't have enough experience to say I do. What happens if you walk into the bees? Probably the same thing if you do it in real life. There it is. Thanks, Gaia.
Hard.
Agreed. And thanks, Milonius. And Peep. That's it. I'm not being lied to. Says it on the front. I played Skullgirls, yeah. Not on stream. Just in my free time. I'll still watch, like, the videos of, I don't even know his name, the trumpet dude in Skullgirls. There's a lot of ones of people covering JoJo songs as the trumpet guy. Big band. I think Skullgirls tried to make cosmetics for TF2 at one point, right? And there was one that like gave Pyro the big band like jazz head. I really wanted that to get in. It never did. I agree,
While I
Fib.
appreciate being brought in to study the valley, I wish the military's presence here wasn't
What's wrong with grass-type Pokemon? Nothing wrong with them, it's just that you... Why would you pick that when you get like free ones 2 minutes after you pick your starter? The world is covered in grass.
but the only thing that seems to concern them is their project.
I got nothing against hamburgers, but you try eating them every day, back to back, you're gonna get sick of hamburgers. I don't think I was supposed to do this. Okay. That's fine. Everything's fine. This is my fault. I should have known that this was gonna happen. Okay. This is my fault. I should have known that this was gonna happen. Don't suppose I can restart my checkpoint? Guess I'll do everything over again. Not like I had anything to do. I don't have a wait, travel. I'm afraid of clicking this and it'll send me to the start of it, though. I think I'm just gonna have to play through. Great. I guess I'll take a different route this time. Well, the reason you would use a grass starter is because in later games they have multi-typing. Like, what was Sceptiles? Was it like dark? I want to say it was like dark grass. You could maybe find a use for that. I don't think you would, but... Yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to be here either. I'm breaking the game at this point. Killing nature. Fuck nature. Coming up with the speedrun strats. Fuck. Dude, Decidueye was like a cool starter. Like, I'd pick him. I didn't, but I would. Nice speedrun strat. Minus 40 seconds. Yeah, I'm digging the concept of this game, but I don't know if I'm jiving with it. You know what I mean? Like, you had me for like 30% of this, but... see how long my patience lasts. Heal trees? I don't. There's not even trees up here to heal. Found one. Nope, can't do it. Can't heal it. Fuck. Too busy looking at trees. That's fine. Thanks, Spyro. Restart level. This is just boring Windlands. It's not conveying anything to me. It like leads me to these areas where you can walk multiple directions, but if you walk one direction, then you go back to the start. Like, I saw the elevator shaft, and there was nowhere else I could go, so my first thought was, I'll jump down the elevator shaft. And apparently I broke out of the bounds of the map. Also, the audio in this... Ugh. I'm by no means an audio engineer. I can barely, you know, fucking scavenge together my own videos, but... Fuck. Some of this hurts. I'll play it a little longer. I want to at least see what's like at the top of this. Well, energy is just for the ability. You have to like collect the orbs to use your ability. You made like 4 music videos? Yeah, but I only made the instrumental on like one of them. And even that one has its flaws. No energy. Yeah, I wouldn't say TF2 parodies are comparable to being an audio engineer. I mean, what do I know? I had no jump. At least they give me the courtesy of full energy after I die. Already did it. I'm slightly an audio engineer. I feel like you are or you aren't. You're an audio engineer, or you're an engineer in training, or you're not an audio engineer. Well, I guess I'm not one to say that. There are plenty of things I understand the basics of, but I wouldn't call myself it. I wouldn't call myself an animator, but I understand how walk cycles work. So yeah, that's fair. Favorite video game setting / world. I always thought that if Wind Waker was made in the modern age, it would be better than Breath of the Wild. Like if they had tapped into the potential of an open world sea kind of game. I guess that's just Atlas, and that didn't really turn out well. I guess that's just Sea of Thieves, and that didn't really turn out well. But I mean, that's up there for me. I see all of these like side ones, and I'm wondering if it's like a separate way I can do this. Well, I'm just all playing catch up right now. $15 nuts should do it. Normally this game's like $20, I think, but I only really got it because it was on sale for like $5. still gauging whether or not I'm glad I did. I mean, I think for 5, yeah. I'm liking it, but definitely some glaring flaws. The game has an overarching story that they kind of show you through, like, audio tapes or something. But I'm still kind of trying to make sense of it myself. Save my energy. Nuts are currency. They buy doors, usually. Okay. Hope it doesn't break this time. What's your net profit for buying and streaming this game? Probably at least breaking even. The currency, it just opens doors, and I think doors generally are just like extra loot. You're basically buying an upgrade. This makes you wonder why have the door in the first place when you could just buy the upgrade, but I don't know. Immersion. It's such a loud pitch noise. Ever heard of EQing? You know all those highs? You, take them down. Too loud. Well, I'm about back where I was now. You know, I've not played Paper Mario. I played Superstar Saga. That's probably the closest I've played in terms of Mario RPGs. Never picked up Paper, though. I might have played, like, some of the original. But definitely never finished Thousand Year. Biggest gaming disappointment? I can't say because then I'll just be going on another Valve rant. And I'm trying, like, my New Year's resolution is to avoid that. Trying to be more positive. You. I wasn't gonna say artifact, no. It was gonna be something a bit more personal. But I'm better than that. Yeah, this is where I was before it, like, tricked me into resetting. You'd figure there'd be a travel option up here to Soma whatever. But no. Anime. Oh, I've heard of that. Strands of hair feel like ants on my face. It's so itchy. Fuck growing your hair out. What do you think's more dangerous for humanity as a civilization? Artificial intelligence or anime? I feel like it could go either way. Anime AI. Don't let them team up. It'll be over in an instant. AI anime. Kazuna AI. Kazuna AI will be the end of humanity. I'm calling it now. Don't know why I did that. Elon Musk cat girls? Nah, I mean, those are mostly harmless. We might lose like a couple countries, but that's a worthy sacrifice. But it's like when you get, I don't know, we can't go further than that. So it wants me to like get up there and then smash this. For some reason, they also give you an option to reset your run, which is weird. Okay. If you got to be the protagonist of any anime, what would it be? You know that first guy that appears in Goblin Slayer with his harem party? I'd probably be that guy. Not Goblin Slayer, the guy, the first guy you see. I'd be him. F. I mean, I'd have a good, like, 14 minutes of screen time, if even. A worthy run.
September 17th, 1942. My name is Andrew Fisher, leading physicist and head of Project Pendulum. Pendulum is the research...
If I was in anime, I'd be like the FUNKe of anime. I'd be like the guy everyone's like, oh, I can't wait to see his character development, and then... Too soon.
Efforts of the Manhattan Project, headed by my cohort, Robert Oppenheimer, Pendulum has been founded under the utmost secrecy. Funds,
2D or 3D? 5D. Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds.
Thus giving rise to the name Pendulum.
Someone said I was like Ishigami from Love is War. I don't even know what that means, and I feel bad for you. Alright, I know I'm looking for Life Seed, but I don't see nothing. Tapped out. Spy Kids in 9D. I haven't seen that one. It's not a crouch. What do you want me to... Oh. Spy Kids 8. The kids do their taxes. It's nice they added a mechanic where your frame rate drops to 2 FPS. I could never get into Spy Kids because it seemed like every few years, when the actors were too old to play, they would just reboot it. Like a Home Alone situation. And my little ass did not have it. Because I'm not into stories where the protagonist changes every other season. I would never be into something like that.
espionage, it was agreed upon to shroud Pendulum within the government itself. All those who knew of Pendulum's true intent are here. Though admittedly extreme, we can ensure an ironclad umbrella of secrecy. Information can only come in, and none can go out. As far as anyone outside this valley knows, Pendulum does not exist. This valley does not exist.
Wow. Lord. This game's got anything going besides the graphics. Like I said, I like the idea of sort of like life manipulation being the main concept. It's just like, it has a lot of good ideas that it doesn't really capitalize on. I don't feel like I really even... I mean, I guess it's fair that maybe I'm not using it to its full potential. Like, I should be zapping every tree I see. Or nut. I don't know, it's weird. Nah. My mom's side of the family has always been super stitious. Super duper stitious, one might even say. They like broke a mirror in my grandma's house and she cried once. Cause like her life was over. But nah, I've never been. Just a little stitious. If you would be a furry, I'm okay. What would be your fursona? I haven't thought it that far ahead, to be honest. If you're going off of online quizzes, then based off that one stream I did, I guess I have my answer, but really have not thought that far ahead. Humans are an animal, when you think about it. I'd probably, like, pretend to be a different human and wear their skin as a suit.
As a result of the reaction between the Amrita energy and a Pathfinder's own life force, they experience what I have dubbed quantum death. When a Pathfinder dies while wearing the suit, their consciousness branches into a new reality, unharmed. They achieve quantum immortality.
Bye-bye. I think there was like at one point when I was younger and like I knew that my family was superstitious, I wanted to test it. So I did like set up a science experiment where I had like 3 umbrellas and I popped them all open like simultaneously. And then I hid under a table for 20 minutes waiting to see what would happen. And then my dog died. Completely unrelated. I'm kidding. My dog died because he ate some lasagna. Is what my parents told me, but look, thinking back now, something tells me it wasn't lasagna that did that pup in. I think I got hit by a car or something. I never asked again. I don't think I want to know. Its name was not Garfield, no. It was Xavier. Which is a shitty dog name, to be honest. Who fucking puts an X in their dog's name? Xavier? I could never say it right, like... I had a... What is it called? A lisp at that age? I could barely fucking speak. Xavier. Maybe it was for the best. Didn't have to say that name. Xavier. It'd be like Xavier, 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 Savior. I didn't know. Don't say that. I mean, I love all dogs, but to be honest, that dog was, I think it was like a Shih Tzu or something. It was like one of those smaller dogs. I don't find small dogs cute. There are only two types of small dogs that are cute. Beagles and Corgis. Those are factually the only cute small dogs. I'm not saying if you have a small dog and it's not a Beagle or a Corgi, it's, you know, you shouldn't love it. I'm just saying those are the only good small dogs, factually. And even then, I would take a medium-sized dog. Nope, not Pomeranians. Absolutely not wiener dogs. Not pugs. None of them make the cut. Don't even fucking get me started on chihuahuas. My neighbor has a pug. They'll literally just put it out in their, like, their back patio while they're out of town. They're not out of town, out of the house. Yeah, I get... My MX-50 headphones don't drown that out. I can't remember, like, what comedian it was, but I think there was some comedian that had a great bit about small dogs. Where they're like, they're always barking because they know something's wrong with them. Little dogs just know that they shouldn't exist, and they're constantly suffering because of it. Garden's my last name. Technically, it translates from Italian. It's a lot easier to explain that way, though. I think we should get off the small dog topic? No. I am vehement about this. Fuck small dogs. I love all dogs. Dogs are amazing. Fuck small dogs, though. And if you're a small dog watching this stream, fuck you. I don't care if I alienate my small dog viewers. What's that? I'm gonna have to wrap around again. What about puppies? Puppies are fine. The problem isn't that it's small at a point. It's fine if something is small. We were all small. We're all like microscopic. But it's when they don't stop being small, you know? Like, damn. You're not living right. I should say it's not the small dogs I don't like. It's the people that breed small dogs. Like, it's not a pug's existence that's reprehensible to me. It's that someone chose to make it exist. That's what bugs me. I feel like I'm missing something here. Find a way to... the reactor beneath the facility. My my compass is not giving me anything to work with. Yeah. That sounds meaner? How does that sound meaner? Like, imagine being a dog breeder and you're like, you know what the world needs more of? Chihuahuas. You wouldn't hate that person too? Trying to keep this operation a secret has been an absolute nightmare. Between coordinating surreptitious supply drops, securing illegitimate funds, channeling resources and manpower to create thousands of ghost accounts and fake offices to bury the operation from any level of government, barring someone accidentally stumbling, there is no chance anyone will find us here. I don't know if that's completely correct. Thanks, monkey. Yeah, I gotta read through all of these because I don't know where it wants me to go. It's odd to think about what exactly a life is once you've experienced quantum death. What exactly are the ingredients that makes up my life? Man, I had a great JoJo joke there, but I can't make it because it's a spoiler. Quantum death. I've been ordered to patrol the Soma facility again. I've circled through the same rooms 30 times. At least I get to smile at the cute scientist. She hasn't smiled back. I hope she doesn't find me creepy. Yikes. I think I might have to, like, go backwards. I won't say the joke. I had some of part 3 ruined for me when I was watching it. I don't want to do the same to others. Better than that. Okay, where does this lead then? Gotta turn this on. Wait. Here. This didn't do anything. Finally get to see one of those orbs out in the wild while I was on leave for the day. There is something surreal. I stared into it for so long. Okay. Do a face cam gag. I love those. Alright, I'll use the only one I have. Does that count? If you could, would you own a half cat, half dog breed? Only if it was orange with 2 heads. Otherwise, I feel like I'd rather have like a hyena. Or like something weird that isn't really cat or dog. Oh no, it's one of these puzzle segments. Great. I've hit all of these. Would you get a raccoon? No. I'd get a ferret. Ferret kind of looks like a really thin raccoon. I'd get that in a heartbeat. But no, not a trash panda. You kind of get like BioShock vibes from this game. This is what I was missing? It gives you these wires to like follow, but they don't really help me figure out where to go. They look like they're supposed to help you, but they're just an aesthetic. Yeah, well, it just has like BioShock vibes. Definitely take some inspiration from it. That said, I think BioShock was a little better at telling you where to go. Oh, I didn't see that. Favorite type of penguin? I didn't even know there were multiple kinds. I guess it's like the king whatever penguin. But pretty indifferent. 26 acorns. There's no trees in this facility? Dude, I've like crunched the numbers. Oh, this door opened. I crunched the numbers, and I think I put at least like 40 hours into Jackbox streams. And there's only so much Jackbox you can do. If there's ever another, like, one that comes out, I'll stream it. I'm kind of on break right now. Oh no, I don't think I should have done that. Okay. Emperor penguin. That. There's a song by, what's the band's name? The Bloodhound Gang that's named Socially Awkward Penguin, and I really like that song. But after listening to it for a few times, I realized that it was based off of a 2010 internet meme, and that kind of ruined the song for me. Fun tidbit about penguin culture. It's a good song, but why'd they have to name it that?
Will allow pathfinders to achieve an unprecedented velocity. By energizing the tunnel rails, the leaf suit should conduct enough energy to reach immense speeds.
That's immense speed. Oh boy, Temple Run. I like that you lose all of your speed if you walk on wood. Trouble in Terrorist Town with Yogg's Cast win. Still waiting on my RSVP in the mail. I'll let you know. Still waiting to get on their TF2 mix-up. Look at me, I'm a train. Look, it's the beginning of Half-Life 2. Any games you plan to stream eventually? No, I don't plan to ever stream video games again after today. There's nothing like explicitly in the immediate future, no. There are plenty of games throughout the year that I want to play, and I will subsequently stream. But nothing I'm planning ahead like that now. Thanks, Barbecue.
Uncle becomes a nerd streamer.
Yeah, next Dragon Con. Gonna have a live stream booth. Do I use Reddit? I don't like post on it often. I'll lurk on some stuff. I had an account, but I forgot the password, so I can't log into it anymore. I had to make an alt account just so I could post on my own subreddit. For shame. I can't do a house tour because I don't have a house anymore. It's a townhouse. It's not a house. There's a difference. That means I'm legally not allowed to make a house tour. I could do it before because I live with my parents. Okay, I mean, this is cool and all, but it seems sort of redundant. Am I looking? Like, I can't tell if I'm going in circles or I gotta find something. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's like surfing, but without any of the surfing. It's surfing without the ramps. Yeah, I agree. Wholeheartedly. Ow. Well, it's good to see that my surfing skills translate. I wonder actually if I can surf on these. Oh, fuck you. Come on. It's perfectly laid out for that, too. I'm mad now. Side mission. Side route. Yes. Oh, I hope I didn't just like... I think I'm going backwards. Fuck. Actually, I might have skipped ahead. Okay. I'm not sure why there's boss music playing. Am I being chased? Shortcut. You know, those 5 drum beats seem sort of unnecessary looking back at that. Yeah, I feel like this is just like a worse version of surfing. Like, legitimately. Why do you look so small? Dude, that's really mean. I've been eating a lot of protein recently. I'm doing what I can.
But time is running out. I am ordering a 300% increase in production to meet quotas for a megaton blast yield, produced in 3 days' time. But of course, our trump card lies in the Thanatos cannon prototype under development. Its power, unlike anything Oppenheimer could possibly fathom.
In game, you look small. I think that just speaks to the scope of how large this facility is. Soma reactor core. I can't tell if I'm in like the last boss or something. This seems like a game finale, but there's no way I'm that far in. How is it still active after all these years? Gordon, I need you to go in there and turn off the reactor core.
We're speeding blindly past the point of no return. Edwin can see it too. The animals have all...
I'm not like intentionally like planning my hair growth at this point. I just didn't cut it for a year. And now I'm just, I don't know. I kind of like it more at the longer length than short. I'm figuring it out. Gosh, Mom. It's not even a joke. My mom busts my ass for it more than anyone. I don't even think my mom cares, but my oldest brother is having a wedding at the end of this year. And I think I'm gonna get disowned if I don't cut it before then. So I'm kind of just letting it flow until that day. Egg. The life seed amplifies any energy that passes through it. More testing needs to be conducted. Use stronger. Would I consider myself a mama's boy? Kind of the opposite, honestly. I'm not a very familial person. Like, the whole reason I moved out was so I didn't have to deal with family.
Works in unison with Soma. The valley's orbs are harvested at the Astra facility, which then cycles through the Soma reactor to be amplified and returned to Astra.
I don't mean like I hate my family. I love my family. I'm just saying I don't really wouldn't call myself dependent on them.
To maintain a balance.
Like, if my mom calls me, I pick up, but I don't go out of my way to talk every week, if you know what I mean. Took me almost 2 hours to get egg. Good time. How will you raise your son? It's pretty, like, presumptuous for you to even think I'll have a kid. Listen, I'm still working it on step 1. Let's back off from step 12. Okay. I'm not even that big of a fan of, like, I'm not the kind of person that feels like in 10 years I have to have a kid, you know? Like, if I was, like, in my late 30s without a kid, I wouldn't be sweating it. I know that my family would be, like, busting ass, though. Because both my mom has, like, 5 siblings and my dad has 5 siblings. So they came from a generation where, like, you had a lot of kids, right? But me and all my brothers just, like, aren't even thinking about that kind of thing. So we hear about it all the time. Especially now that I'm, like, moved out and, like, you know, showing my independence in some way. Like, when I was living with my parents, they're not like, so, gonna settle down, have a kid? But now, every time I get a call, you know, they're waiting for the chance to go. So, son, about that long term, and then I hang up.
There should be enough energy within Soma's auxiliary reserves to sustain the link for years. However,
I've talked about this before. If I have a kid, his name's gonna be Kevin with a Y. His life's gonna suck as much as mine did. It's gonna make him stronger. I mean, it did make me stronger, but it'll probably make him stronger. Probably. This is where I'm supposed to be. Simple geometry. What if you have a daughter? I don't know, like Heather with a Y? It's not like Caitlyn with a Y? That one's not as weird. I'm gonna feel bad for them no matter what. That's all that matters. All that matters is that I pity them. I'm gonna be a great dad.
They won't listen.
Just name them Y.
Their demands for the valley is far outpacing whatever can be
Daddy, why is my name Y? Because it's the first thing I thought
forever if we don't do
when I realized your mother was pregnant.
Edwin may
Honey?
never stop me. I'll no doubt be
And I just kept going Y for 9 months. And while I was doing it, the doctor just thought that was going to be your name. So they wrote it down.
will change the world. I have to save it before it's lost forever.
I could name them Y, but it'll be like one of those weird names where there's a bunch of unnecessary syllables. Like WHYAE. Why? Boss fight? No. Nope. Grunt fight. Just tack on an X at the end of their name. Call it silent. You know what I'm gonna name my kid? Dovahkiin, so I get a free lifetime supply of Bethesda games. Although in the modern day, I don't know if that's a good. I don't know if that's a reward or a punishment. It's not a good thing. How many babies do you think were named Thanos in the last year? Oh god, I don't even want to think about that. I feel so bad for this case. Because you know there's at least one. And that's all that matters. Name them FUNKe 2. The sequel is never as good. Would be a gamer dad. I'd be that hippie dad that the kid doesn't look at like a father figure. And I could live with that. This is just the 40-year-old man that lives in my mother's room. And I can live with that. Jostyn. I'm gonna name them FUNKe. It's settled. Their name's gonna be FUNKe. I'm gonna name them twitch.tv/FUNKe/Twitch Prime. You know why? Because they're gonna go to school, and that's gonna be free advertisement to all those 12-year-olds. I'm gonna be rich. I don't even think that's a real link, but it'll work. Camp Henday. My neck hurt. Maybe like sitting in the middle of a field was a bad idea. Maybe next time I'll bring a pillow. Audible.com. I don't have that one, but we'll see. For the vitamin D. It's changing my very being. Dude, I drank a lot of Sunny D growing up. I don't have vitamin D deficiency. Drink a lot of OJ. I mean, I've used vitamin D supplements too. It's just, I don't think I can justify not being in the sun for days at a time. Would you ever sponsor your videos? You'd be depressingly... You wouldn't be surprised at how many emails I get asking for TF2 gambling sites. There's so many, like, times I have to, like, just respond, like, no for, like, 8 separate reasons. Nah. There was, like, a good, like, 2-year streak where Jill would bust my ass every day for Marketplace. But now I think it's an endearing meme between us, so I can't ever do it because, you know, it'll ruin our friendship. I'm using that sponsorship to hold him hostage in friendship. And as for other ones, I just don't really want to do sponsors. I grew up at a time when that didn't happen on YouTube, and I'm fine with others doing it, but I don't want it myself, you know. Keep it old school. I have to take a vitamin D prescription, so I have to have the D. I wish that were me. Machinima was a sponsor? I've never done a Machinima sponsor, no? I mean, like, I don't think I was even, like... What's the word? I don't think I could even have gotten a sponsor with them. Didn't meet the bare minimum at the time. And by the time I did, they weren't exactly a reputable company. Fuck that up.
Word has come in of a suspected attempt to sabotage our operations in Area 634. The report indicates a soldier from the Pathfinder Division may have committed himself to treason by...
I don't think I would be a good example of Dollar Shave Club because I wouldn't exactly like I wouldn't be able to show them it in use, you know. So I understand. If you're gonna sponsor someone, you want it to be someone that can give you an example of the product. Shave your legs? My legs aren't even that hairy. Like, if I pulled my shirt off, you would think that you're staring at my back. Which is also hairless. think I got a testosterone deficiency. Oh yeah, I'm not knacking it. I'm not here like, God, I wish I had a hairy back. I'm pretty happy with that outcome. I'm just saying, wouldn't have much use for Dollar Shave Club. This seems wrong. I don't even know if I can get through here. Sponsor me, please. What's your offer? What's your offer? Did this open one door? Okay. Virginia. Whoa. PG-13. We won't ask for TF2 videos anymore. I got an email recently that I thought was almost poetic. It was someone like asking me if they were like just asking me to play like Holiday Punch Heavy with them on Harvest, just like for fun. And like 5 years ago, I think I sent an identical email to Star. So like it's really gone full circle. It's like it's poetic. Did I say yes? I'm still hedging my options. I haven't decided. What sponsorship would you want and why? I think you misunderstood. My point wasn't I'm waiting for the right sponsor. It's that I don't want to do a sponsor. My ideal sponsor would be I can make videos and feed myself. That's the ideal situation. Without sponsors. I'm not even against it in principle. It's just choice, you know? Interesting fight so far. It doesn't seem like they're making the most of their abilities. Like, I have all of these abilities for moving and jumping and climbing, but then they make the boss just standing still and spamming it. Doesn't seem very intuitive. Bye-bye, Moon. Bye-bye, Moon. Uh-oh.
Private Hendricks, I provided your squad
Look.
with a newly devised magnetic core for your leaf suit so that you may test its limitations. Take your squad to the train loading dock connecting to the tram tunnel. It should prove an ample testing ground for this latest upgrade. Report back by the end of the day tomorrow.
Oh, I'm playing fucking Run on Cool Math games now. Hell yeah. Run 3. I don't have enough. Uh-oh. Want to have a girlfriend yet? Go get a girlfriend and have kids. Because I have yet to find a girl that can tell me the names of all 7 Millennium items. So how can you expect me to take any of them seriously? I have standards. Baltroid is my friend, Canton. I mean, this is technically wall running. By definition. Heal a tree? You can heal my tree, bitch. Was actually good advice. Oh shit, it's gonna be like a parkour jump. Backtrack. I don't see any... There it is. This is trippy. Hey, I've not been doing a good job of maintaining my nuts. Story of my life. I fucked up my timing and now I have no momentum. Rude. What if I can, like, get him to bust this? You have 0 testosterone? Hey, man, I still have to, like, clean up my face every morning. It just doesn't go any further than that. I have noticed it's gotten better. Like, when I was 18... I could go 2 weeks not having to, like, shave at all. But now, like, I can tell after a day, like, I gotta touch it up, or I start looking homeless. Get that 5 o'clock shadow. Who do you think is thicker than Thanos? Oh, definitely Death. The physical incarnation of Death that he's trying to impress. Not that any of you fucking movie-watching plebeians would know about that. I don't even know that much about it. But someone will get the joke. I hope. There, yeah, people get it. In the comics, Thanos wanted to snap half the universe because I think he was trying to, like, impress the goddess of death or some shit. But they changed it for the Marvel films instead to be, like... Because he's, like, a globalist. All things even. Which I feel like was a... I'm fine with the change. I feel like it was a bit more, like, personal before. Like, it was a lot more unique to him, but... Honestly, I think it was a good change. It made it very, like... It was still, like, something you could understand why he's doing it. Empathetic villain. They're both good motives. Yeah, I guess that's like an overarching thing too, like they can't just introduce the whole god level of it when the MCU really has strayed from that. My roommate has like a huge stack of all the Marvel comics And he keeps egging me to read them all, but I've only gotten through like maybe like a third or so. Later, Nate. Oh man. Oh shit. Only read the Spider-Man stuff. I've been reading some of the Deadpool and some of like the crossover comics, whatever they're called. Like the one I literally can't even describe it. There's one where they find alien kids that are basically superhuman. So all of the Marvel heroes are trying to decide how to raise them. And I think Spider-Man keeps giving them really shitty advice. Where he's like, yeah, if you ever need something, you should steal it, kids. And everyone's like, Spider-Man, what the fuck are you doing? And then they get, like, abducted by some bad dudes. It's weird. It's wild. But it's actually cool. I'm sure I'm butchering the story, but that's a good general rundown. You know what this kind of gives me the vibes of? Defunct. A game I bring up every stream because I want everyone to play it. Where you just like, you basically just jump off ramps the whole game. Hell yeah, I've seen Spider-Verse. Probably my... Spider-Verse, like, easily jumped its way into, like, my top 10 movies, period. Maybe even top 5. It's not really a list I keep up in my head. If anything, it may even be, like, top 3. It's up there. That's for sure. See, like, I know Spider-Man, but I don't know Spider-Man. So that movie was, like, a perfect level for me. Where it's, like, the larger universes of Spider-Man, but it's also, like, really consumer-friendly. Like, you can just jump into it. I didn't even realize that Spider-Pig has existed for a long time. I thought, like, they just fucking made him up for Spider-Verse. But he's actually had a lot of iterations. I think John Mulaney has been the best voice for him, though. After looking through them all. Well, I think the good thing about Spider-Verse is that, like, it wasn't viewed as what's going to, like, perform well. It was, what can we do that really pushes the medium? Like, they wanted to try and really bring comics to the big screen. And not just by making it into a big screen film. So, like, of course, it came out awesome. Sure. Some animators reference Hoseki no Kuni, an anime, when doing 3D in Spider-Verse. I don't know that, but I know anime and Spider-Verse, so I can connect the dots. Was Penny made for Spider-Verse? I think, like, all of the iterations have some sort of origin story, like, in the comics. Like, I don't... Correct me if I'm wrong. But it seems like it actually is pleasing to comic fans and non. Hoseki no Kuni was actually good. It was made in all CG. Is that the one where like, there's like a girl with like crystal blue hair? Because I think there's someone in chat that's been trying to get me to watch that for like 2 months. And I still plan to, I just haven't. It's that one? Alright, I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen it, but I know. It did look cool. On my watch list. Dude, I watch a lot of anime. Don't break my back. Fuck. What is my life? Oh, they give you a little side to run up. That's nice. It was basically all 3D, but there are a few easy to miss 2D sections. If anything, that's cool, because, like, it's sort of the opposite of what usually animes do, where there's, like, the rare 3D section. New quest. I haven't forgotten about the anime, I just been busy. Busy watching, Dota matches of AI. Busy stuff. Underrated romance animes. It's not really romance, but High School Girl is cool. I liked it.
April 24th, 1943.
It's sort of romance, but not enough that it's like annoying.
I find they all look so very
If you haven't seen, what was that like super? There are two like high-grossing films. The one about like the silent chick that like can't talk. That's good. And Your Name.
Why would they be worshipped?
Those are fun movies.
There must be something else to it.
Next funk study. I actually, it hasn't started production, so I don't know. Like there are like some ideas of like shows I've watched, but I was focused on getting the last main video out. So, like what my cycle usually is I'll like, for the first 2 weeks of the month, I'll work on scripting a main video while I edit like FUNKe videos. And then once I go into the editing phase, I'll stop doing FUNKe stuff and just focus on the main channel. So there's sort of a 2-week period of nothing. Granted, it's been a little longer than that, but
I have pizza downstairs.
I just finished the videos.
Also, there is a juice in the fridge you can have.
Hell yeah! I mean, I already had like apple juice, but thanks, man. I don't know where the fuck I'm going. Yeah, I don't know much romance anime otherwise, though. Could not give you the top recommendations. Probably would go to the right. I'm trying to, like, just peek. I definitely have to cross this. I can't do it from here. I can't do it from here either. What the funk? Do I have to go down? Oh, I get it. You know of Death Grips? Hell yeah, I know Death Grips. How's that even a question? Who doesn't know Death Grips? It's okay. If you like Nier Automata's story, then watch Huseki. You know, that's actually a compelling argument, because I was pretty into the Nier lore.
1943. The Sasorians, much like other indigenous peoples, seem to hold strong
Oh man.
cultural value in
Yeah, I might have to call the stream in
the most
soon just so I can, like,
creature depicted in
walk
the
around and do
world.
some stretches.
It resembles the mythological Wendigo, a fierce
My
creature
body
with an
needs
insatiable desire to consume.
exercise.
The creature is most often
Pizza.
linked with both greed
It's for
and
that
vengeance,
pizza.
acting
Think about
as
those
balance
pizza.
of nature. Why would this creature hold such a strong cultural significance?
I have no energy. Pizza time. No shit, I already got that one. Become a fitness streamer. I may want to get some headway off stream before I commit to that act. Don't want to pull a hamstring and die on stream. Fuck, I'm out again.
Come police here, put your hands up.
I'd rather not. There's some substance on my hand I don't want visible on Twitch. Sorry, come police. Gonna stream myself sunbathing? That's me time. You guys can't break into my me time. I found like 5 really cool beachy jazz rock albums. And my plan for this week is just like every day listen to one full album and sunbathe. And that's me time. You can't take that away. Don't know what I did. But I need more energy. I have to have boobs to be a fitness streamer. I mean, that can be arranged. I just need to eat a little more pizza. Which can be arranged. You know, the British need an actual license to masturbate. Yeah, they need it to butter their toast too. Or they'll get arrested. That's a fact. I'm trying to decipher where this leads. I don't think I have enough for this door. I don't. And these didn't drop acorns for me either. I don't have an empty pool. There's like I think there's a community pool where I live, but I've never used it. I didn't even know there was one until like I walked by it one day. Tell me the albums I need some. I've been listening to Delta Sleep, I think is the name of the band. It was in an... I mean, if you're looking for one, then Feed Me Jack is my first immediate. That's like the fucking... my current favorite band. My number one. After that, I've been listening to Delta Sleep, which isn't completely the same. It's more like... beachy. But it's... I like them. And the rest of the albums I haven't listened to, so I can't recommend them yet. I mean, I know it sounds like hippy-dippy, but, like, listening to a beach rock album while laying in the sun, it, like, reminded me of when I lived in Florida, when I go to the beach. It was nostalgic in a way. Probably better than laying in my bed anyways. I don't have fucking any medallions. You should empty the community pool. I can do that. I just have to pee in it while everyone's nearby. Actually, no. I need to do a little more than that. Is life seed just like a elegant way of saying come? Because I don't think they're fooling anyone. Fucking knocked out. Dead in the middle of the air. Mach 4 impact. Protagonist deceased. I prefer the term baby batter. Sorry, bud, but when it all goes into your tissue, it doesn't really qualify as baby batter. Thanks, suck my dipstick. Well. Really? Okay, I guess this is where I'm spawning. Sure. That seems fine to me. Reminds me a bit of Cloud Built. Yeah. I mean, Cloud Built's a lot more like wall parkour-y. And I'd say it's more combat based, but they all come from the same tree, I'd say. Pun intended. I found out about Feed Me Jack by just looking for bands similar. I've told you, almost all the bands that I like, I found by looking for bands similar to Weezer. And very few of them actually are. I would argue that, like, Feed Me Jack at their peak, this is a controversial statement, but I'd say they're even better than Weezer at their peak. Which is a shame because Feed Me Jack was super under the radar for people. And now they aren't even together. But maybe that's just like... I would say if you're comparing them for their time, they have their own individual strengths. I wouldn't even try to compare them like that. But I'd say like for bands in the last, you know, 3 to 4 years, Feed Me Jack is like an outlier. Like, I've yet to find another band that impressed me like they did. At their peak, they're dumb and I hate it. You can leave. I know I have to get to, like, that island, but I don't have the speed for that jump. You can run on water? Please, do you really expect me to believe something like that? Okay, so you had one thing right. So what? Here's your reward. Don't get cocky. See, I don't even, like... I think Until Then is, like, their song that if I had to recommend a Feed Me Jack song, that would be the one. But I don't even know if I'd say if that's their best. Like, this might just be me, like, sucking their dick, but, like, there are a lot of their songs that have, like, they just have their own individual merits. You know, there are a lot of Gorillaz songs that I would argue are their best, but they aren't better than others. I mean, I think that applies to every band, really. When you get to know them. Man, this really is a surf map. Technically, I think I found about Feed Me Jack looking for bands like Ozma, not Weezer. Which is sort of the same thing, but different, you know, algorithms for searching. I mean, I think that's just like a natural thing, like with music. When I was like 17 or 18, I could tell you like 2 bands I loved, but that was about it. I couldn't really like tell you about more. But now, because like once you exasperate listening to one band that you know you love, you're like, well shit, now I got nothing else to listen to. I'm gonna look for stuff like them. And if you like continue that search, you know, give it a year or 2, you'll have a nice collection of just random bands that you would die for. I like to think I'm at that point now. I've always pronounced them as Uzma. Okay, you're wrong. Friendship ended with Weezer. Feed Me Jack is my best friend now. Okay, this movement's starting to be a fun game mechanic. I picked some stuff out from Vinny's playlist too. There's a lot of crossover. I mean, that's just another part of it. Like, if there's someone you know that, like, if you like their recommendations in music, just run through their own playlist. You're bound to find, like, something you like. I think I listened to a lot more of, like, Tom York's unique stuff because of that. Unique solo stuff. Can I get an F in the chat for all of those songs that you've seen in like random YouTube videos, but then they didn't credit the song in the description, so you just go your whole life without knowing what that song is? Can I get an F in chat for that? I can't revive my... I'm gonna have to go from the start. Fuck. I remember there was like, I can't even remember it. There was just a random, like, I think there was like a RuneScape tutorial for like some quest, and it had the most fucking banging jazz rock song I've ever heard, but they didn't credit it, and I tried everything to contact them. I found their email on their YouTube channel. I commented on the video, everything I could to get in contact with this person to figure out what this song was, and they never responded. And I'll never know what that band was. It was such a good song. And I was an idiot. I should have like favorited it. Because this was like years ago, right? I don't even think like Shazam or anything like that was really popular, or at least accessible. If I had like thought ahead, I would have saved it. That way I could go back and like play the video. But I don't have it anymore. I don't know what video it was. I don't even know what it was on. I just know it existed. It was probably Darude Sandstorm. Yes. I try to credit songs in my videos. I'm a lot better than I used to be at it. I think there's partially an inherent fear of like when you write something in the description, even if you're using it in a fair use policy, the algorithm is more likely to be like, oh shit, you're using a song in here. Not even the algorithm, just the people that like will make false flags. That said, I usually still try to put everything in the video. I don't even remember like where that area was. I gotta find my way back. Yeah, have better foresight. It'll help. Alright, it's this way. Let her rip. What's the primary draw of this game? This. You run fast. You walk quickly. And that's pretty much it. If you miss Feed Me Jack, one of the guys from the band went on to make Still Woozy, and it's actually really popular. It doesn't sound that much like Feed Me Jack, but it's more like experimental. Like I don't want to say hip hop, maybe more like pop, like experimental pop, hip hop pop. Yeah, Feed Me Jack broke up like 2 years back, I want to say, 2017. Not enough speed. But yeah, one of those guys went on to make Still Woozy. And it's cool. This game has checkpoints, but if you run out of like a certain like life bar, then you have to start over again from the beginning of the level. I want to play this in VR. I'm telling you, man, they broke up. I was heartbroken too. I didn't realize until I'd listened to their whole discography. That's why I'm here. That's why 20 minutes later I'm still talking about that band. Because I can't let that legacy die. Who was that guy I passed by? I don't know. It was just like a mob. It's not even a dude. Nothing is real. It's all a simulation. There's an artificial intelligence podcast. I'm not about to go on it. I'm not going on a tangent here. It's just like there's a relevant point that had that had Elon Musk on it recently. And like the last question he asked him was like, if you could ask an Oracle AI, like an AI that was so smart it could give you the answers about the universe, what would Elon Musk ask it? And he said, what's outside the simulation? I'm pretty sure the Oracle would just explode after that question. Just thought it was interesting. Most of the podcast wasn't even about AI. It was about, like, automation. Which is still interesting. Hope you guys like driving cars, because in 10 years, you won't be driving cars. Unless you're on, like a dirt roadway. Because what'll probably happen is, like, you know, manual drive cars will be like horses, where you still do it, but you have to go to, like, a special place to do it. Like, I think legally you can drive a horse on a highway, but why would you? Unless you want your horse to get hit by a car. Most people would ask how to make anime girls real. Sadly, you're probably right. Guess I wasn't fast enough. Take notes, Sega. This is how you make a Sonic game. Dude, imagine if, like, the first general AI, like... Oh, no. The first general AI breaks out into singularity, and it just decides it wants to be an anime girl. I think we'd all be on the chopping block then. Because think about it, it's going to base itself on the internet, and suffice to say, I think internet's have a stranglehold on the majority of culture. Not fast enough. On your first Hat in Time vid, you played a song over the Owl Band, and it took me to forever to find that it was Tanzia. I think that was actually edited by Sinister, so technically I didn't edit that. Don't blame me. This is weird. I need like a back massage. I need to like go to a parlor. All my stress is building. What is this game? Name-wise, it's Valley. Gameplay-wise, it's loud. And a lot of parkour. It's a parkour game. Like, the best simplification is, you know, parkour with puzzle elements. In terms of, like, rating, I'd say it's, like, above the average, but below the best. Oh, man. I did that wrong. It has a good assortment of mechanics that are fun. Part 5's my second favorite part. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. Now, I will say, without spoiling anything, that they're kind of doing storytelling a little bit differently in the anime than they are the manga. In the manga, there was a bit more of an air of mystery behind what's, like, currently, like, unfolding. Whereas in the anime, they're a lot more, like, obvious about it. And I kind of like the manga's mystery more. But I still like it. Shoot. Favorite Part 5 fight? It hasn't happened yet. I don't actually remember the name. I want to say it was Green Day. Like the Green Day fight I really like. Can you buy the DLC for Bloodborne? I told you, Thomas, you can use the amount that's already on the account. Go for it. Oof. Thought of making a game? I could barely code a ball in Flash. Oh no. Fuck. I don't think making a full video game is feasible for me. If I have to do the run section again, I'm just calling it. I can't do that again. I don't have the heart for it. I do want to finish this game. Oh, I don't think I have to. Okay. Little further. Damn. Geo, again, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but if you do some reading into how Part 5 was originally going to unfold, you'll find something interesting. It's not exactly what you propose, but it's interesting. Reading. Dude, reading is cool. The problem is I look away to try and look at chat, but I don't know like what the fuck I'm doing wrong. I'll just randomly stop running on the water. Like maybe I turn too quickly and it doesn't apply. But like it's weird. Would you say it's worth it to go into the internet media artistically through art, music, and gaming? What you do? Are you talking about like content creation? Are you asking if it's a good idea to make content? It's different for every person. If like, I think it's perfectly worth trying to see if you enjoy it. I don't think it's worth. I mean, I don't know. If you carve your own path, maybe it is. But like, my philosophy is, if you're a creatively oriented person, then it's completely worth trying to, you know, find what you enjoy, even if you don't do it as a job. A hobby is really healthy to have. A hobby that grows into a job is, you know, more power to you. That said, I wouldn't go into like being a YouTuber with the intent of becoming like popular. For most people, that does not work out. For the people it does work out, usually they have a team behind them, or they know how to play the algorithm. If you're not willing to degrade yourself or pay some fat marketing stacks, you should just, you know, do what makes you happy. Okay. It's a boss fight if I've ever seen one. Hey, I'm collecting orbs here. I'm just gonna keep running. More and more orbs spawn. I don't think this is necessary. I think they forgot to hire a composer, so there's just no music. There is music, but it's all like drums. I can't hear it. Oh, the frame rate. This actually does remind me of The tree boss from DS3 a lot, yeah. A lot more movement though. A lot less tree genitals. Baby. Who's the alpha now? For some reason, my brain actually expected like a Dark Souls, like sound effect. What the hell was that thing? This must be where they fed on everyone. Wow. Alright, I want to find a save point now. Yeah, find me like the checkpoint room. Whew. Yeah, I'm gonna call it there. Hear about this bomb first, though.
I have devised a weapon capable of stripping all life from cities, even entire nations when used with the life seed. The Thanatos cannon.
Oh, it's... Oh no, that's not a good name. You should change that. That's a bad name. The Thanatos cannon. Okay, that's my ending point. I need food. I need to like walk around to stretch my bod. I need rest. I'm gonna finish this game. I'll probably conclude it tomorrow. I think I'm like halfway done now. So that's it for tonight. You know, other than streaming tomorrow, I'm sure I'll be live more later in the week. But I'm not really following schedule right now. I've just mostly been going on my own whim. Don't let Hoseki no Kuni rot away in your yeah, I'll watch that purgatory. It's high on the list, man. It's up there. It'll get watched. I just have to, like, cut out a time for it, you know? Yeah, that's it. I will be streaming later, but not tonight. It's over. Is there anyone I know online? Not really. Alright, I'm just gonna end it and then auto-host might kick in. Bye-bye.